hell is this? Oh my gosh. What the? Welcome back to another video. We are back out on the SIB on a beautiful spring day. I'm on my own, I've got little weight on the boat, still got the 6 horsepower, but we got a beautiful day's fishing. And she's flying, let's go. Beautiful day to be alive. Wow, look at it, hey? These are the days that we dream of, especially over a hard, long, cold winter. But back out on the SIB, feeling great, flat, calm conditions. I was in 2 minds of what to do this weekend. I was like, oh, you know what, do I have a weekend off fishing? Do I just give it a miss, wait for kind of spring to really kick in, the sea temperatures to warm up, and some more fish to arrive? But when I saw this forecast, I was like, absolutely not. Cannot miss out on this opportunity. Now, if you haven't already seen the SIB journey so far, I've uploaded 2 videos. The first one being the setup, the build of this boat, and the last video, episode 2, was fishing out of Poole Harbour, where eventually we did find some fish. Today, the plan, I'm currently over Christchurch Ledge, so I'm going to give some metal jigs, maybe some lures a go, just to see how it's fishing. I haven't fished the ledge in, I think probably, well, when I took Darren and Josh back out, which I think was about a month and a half ago, back in January. So it'll be good to see just what's going on down here, see if I can pick anything up. But ultimately, I did want to steam out to some big banks. They're about 5 miles out, especially with these flat, calm seas, make the most of them, and go for some maybe rays, and who knows what else out there. Although I do see, literally right on top of my mark, a big commercial trawler. So, yeah, that's put me off a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna have a little go, I'll have a little go on the ledge now with these jigs, see what we can do, and go from there. So in terms of tactics for now, we're pretty much on slack tide. I've come out just as the ebb tide's about to kick in, so we're not really moving much at all. We've got about half a knot, just over half a knot drift, and I am marking a few fish below me. So I'm going to chuck down a really little metal jig. I was just looking, actually, I've got one which is kind of like a mackerel colour, but obviously there's no mackerel about. This is a little whiting one, which of course we're in whiting season. So I'm going to chuck this down, see if I can't pull anything out. Well, that tide's picking up a little bit now, so that tiny little metal jig is a little bit too light for the tide that we've got. So I'm just switching up to, this is a 100 gram. So yeah, we'll stick this one down instead. Then I wasn't sure which way around you put these onto your lure clip or tile and how you're doing. So the hook's at the top there, so they hang to the side of the body. Away she goes. In about 12 meters of water now. So nothing too deep. The ledge, from memory, I think goes from about 5 meters down to about 20 at the very bottom. What I like to do is just let it go all the way down to the bottom, which is there. Make sure I can just feel it bouncing along, which I can. Can be a little bit, well, it is weedy and rocky here, so you've got to watch out for that. Obviously, a lot of reef marks can be that way. They can be snaggy, but that's often why they hold fish. God, what a beautiful day, eh? We'll give this another 10 minutes or so. If nothing's doing, we'll steam over to our mark, anchor up, wait for this tide to really kick in. We've got nice big spring tides today, and we'll get some baits down. Well, not a lot doing on the ledge with the jigs, but we are actually drifting now at quite some speed, at about 2 knots, so not ideal for metals anyway. So I'm going to move on to my mark that I want to anchor up and fish this bit of tide with, or on, sorry. I've got about a 3 mile steam, so let's get over there, drop the anchor, and see if we can find some fish there. what I've just come across are loads of birds scattered on the surface, and now they're not working, they're not diving down. What I've probably just missed is quite often at sunrise and sunset, you'll get the bass shoals smashing up on any bait fish. You know, it could be little whiting, fry, whatever. And that's probably what's happened here, but I think I've just missed it, and I think it's all just died down. What you can still find though are bass lurking down at the bottom, but haven't moved off yet. So I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time just putting some jigs down here to see if I can pick up any stragglers. Damn it, I should have got out of bed a little bit earlier. My fault, I normally do, but today I had a little bit of a lie-in. Well, it was worth a look in, but I think we've missed the party here. It's often what it is though, isn't it? Finding the fish. Once you've found the fish, where they are. So I'll keep an eye, because it could kick off again if the birds relocate any of the shoals or the bait fish or whatever they're looking for, they're hunting for, and the bass will be there too. Well, I saw that in the distance. I thought I'd best check it out. Looks to be some old fencing, railing, or something off a ship, I don't know. Maybe an old bench. Not much I can do about it though in this little boat. Hopefully eventually it will sink to the bottom and become a nice bit of structure to fish. Or more likely something else I can lose some leads in, but... Okay, so I'm at anchor. I apologise that I'm probably a little bit of a silhouette. I know the sun's behind me, I'm trying to block it. But that's unfortunately the way that we're sat at anchor at the moment. But I am now anchored up, as I say. I am on a set of banks, or sandbanks, that kind of go up and down. They rise and fall by about 2 or 3 meters for about a stretch of, I don't know, a few hundred meters long. So I'm hoping this will hold some I've only ever actually really drifted over this set of banks for turbot, really. Now we are a bit early in the season probably for turbot. I mean, the sea temperatures are only about 6.5 degrees, this is the water temperature. So I think it's springtime, normally the turbot fishing picks up, but you never know. But I am hoping for some rays along here. So one of the rigs I'm setting up now, I'm going to send it down with just a 10-ounce bull weight. I've got a 3.0 Cox and Rule surf and uptide hook, and I've got a bit of bluey which I'm going to just chop in. I've topped and tailed it. I'm going to chop that in half and then thread the hook through and have it sat there quite nicely. So this will be 2 baits for me. I've also got some sand eel with me. I've got some ragworm and also some, what else have I got? Black glove, I think. So let's see what we can do, what we can catch. Now I'm going to fish this place, or fish this anchor, hopefully for a few hours, pick up what we can before moving closer inshore to, you know, in front of Southbourne Beach, see if I can't pick up any flatties there. But we'll see how it fishes here. So as I say, all I've done is I've halved that bit of bluey, and then I'm just gonna, and this is really soft bait bluey, of course. If I was going to be casting it from the beach doing shore fishing, I would use some bait elastic. Because I'm just dropping this down, I can probably get away without doing so. I might put a little bit just over the eye of the hook to kind of set it in place. In fact, yes, we will. All I've done, threaded it through. I'll leave that tip so the hook point is nice and proud. Pull that tight, put a little bit of bait elastic on there, and we'll send that one down. Not too pretty, but it doesn't need to be. But that is a nice strip of bluey with a really proud hook point at the end there, and I've just put a bit of bait elastic on that kind of eye of the hook there to keep it in place, set it in place, so the tide doesn't wash it around. Now we've got wind against tide a little bit at the moment, and it will be like that most of the day, but this is as far outshore as I'm going. I'm about, I think, what, probably 5-6 miles ish now offshore. It's fine, this is manageable, but it's a little bit just kind of confused water, really. We'll stick it out here for as long as we want before moving in. Right, let's get a bait in the water, let's talk him. Check our drag. She's set. Okay, so rig number 2 is the same approach. I've literally got my main line with a running ledger weight on there, and this one I think I've got a 6.0 hook, so slightly bigger, and I've just gone for a whole squid. But again, I've threaded it through and whipped some bait elastic onto the eye of the hook there. All right, send that one down too. All right guys, you probably can't see it because I've got you facing into the sun, but I did just put a little scratching rig down with some worm bait. I was getting some interest. The big baits haven't had a bite yet, but we're only about 20 minutes in. But reassuring to see the worm baits. I mean, worm baits always seem to scratch something out, don't they? I think he's on. It's only something little, but it's a fish. Well, no surprise. I did say earlier we're in whiting season. And there he is, there's our first little whiting. But an early fish is always a good thing, regardless of what it is. You know we're not blanking, it's all upwards from here. There we go. Nicely hooked, so he'll go back fine actually. Oh. Right, the bigger bait's just gone off. I don't know if you've seen that bite. I'm gonna leave this guy in the water and I'll sort him out in a second. What have we got on here then? Yep. Is he on it? Might have been premature on that, guys. Well, he's had it. Nearly ripped the hook out of the bait. But that is very reassuring. There's something decent down there. Hoping that was a ray, because that's what I'm here for. So I probably should have let that develop a little bit, because if it was a ray settling onto it, I was a little bit too eager then, but just get excited, don't I? Right, I'm going to rebait that one in a sec. We'll get it back down, but I've been at anchor for like 20 minutes or so. I'm going to have to move you out of this sun, I do apologise. And we've already got one fish on the boat, and one of the bigger baits has gone off. So looks to be paying off this this mark. Right, let me get this all sorted. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's got you out of the sun a little bit, and you can see a bit better. But yeah, the 3 rods are back in now, all baited up. So we've got the whole squid, we've got the bluey, and the worm rig, or the worm baits out there. I've still got a 4th rod, which is just my spinning rod, my lure rod, which has still got the jig on from earlier. I can use that, I can put a 4th bait down if I want, but I'm kind of happy just managing 3 rods at the minute. I think a ray is what I really want to get out of it today. If I can pluck a ray out, I'll be happy. I've actually realised I've not caught any rays since the turn of the new year. Haven't really targeted them too much, to be fair, but obviously towards the end of last year I had some really good ray fishing actually. But yeah, haven't picked one up in 2025 yet, so that is still on the list of things to do. Oh, this rod's just going off again now. That's the squid bait. I'm going to let that one settle this time. I did actually put a strip of bluey on it this time as well, so it's squid and bluey, squid bluey wrap. If this keeps fishing well and keeps finding bites, then I might do something similar on this rod as well. But yeah, it's looking promising so far. Yeah, here we go guys, fish on, proper fish. Oh yes, look at the bend in that rod. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Oh. He's coming up. This is a 30-pound class rod to be fair as well. He's putting a nice, oh, it's not a ray, it's an eel. Not a bad eel either. He did not fight like an eel. He didn't give a big bite either, but he ate small. Let's go. That was not the target species. I'll get a weight on him. Oh, he's taking that right down. Let's go. I've wanted a double figure eel for a while. I don't know if he's going to run. He could do. Let's go. Right. Let me sort myself out here. All right, guys. Yeah, he didn't run double. I don't know if you're going to see that. 7 pounds. So a 7 pound eel, I'll take that, and I think I've got a bite developing on this one. I think I do. So decent, I'm happy. 7 pound eel. That's the biggest fish I've had so far this year, but not to say we don't continue to beat that. There we go, here's a better look at that eel. So yeah, pretty much bang on 7 pounds he came in on. He measured it out. Big old lump of fish. So yeah, it's enough messing around, we'll get him back. Awesome. Now I have slimy eel hands. A nice problem to have, I'd say. Well, what are the chances of that? That big fence post, gate, bench, driftwood, whatever we saw earlier. Where the tides turned, obviously, when it was flooding, it was going that way. Now we've got the ebb, and the tide's coming this way. It's coming directly for me. So I need to keep an eye out for that. Hopefully he'll just glance down this side, the starboard side of my boat. Worst case scenario, he comes straight into the boat, hits the anchor line, hits the boat, punches it. Next worst case is then obviously takes my lines out. But yeah, he's coming directly for me. What are the chances of that? Big wide open sea. A bit wood from earlier. He's following me around. He wants my marks, that's why. Oi, find your own marks. Don't worry, I ain't catching fish here. Not too sure if there's a fish on this guy. Could be something little hanging on. The tide has picked up quite a bit. Somehow, I have, this is a big bait as well, I have managed to foul hook a little whiting. Oh yeah, he'll go back actually though, he's fine. Yeah, well, there we go. Another fish. Not an intended target by any means.
Right, this is Sonic Coast Guard. Request you change channel 67, channel 0 and stand by.
Hello mate. Yeah, not bad, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, I was about to shoot off anyway, I'll leave now then. Yeah, no, it would be a nice catch. I'll shift off. A few congers, £7 conger, that's it, right there.
Right, yeah, no, I just don't want to catch your anchor.
Yeah, no worries, I'll shift off now.
I'll go back up anyway.
Alright, cheers mate.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not sure how much of that you heard, but what happened there was one of the commercial guys came up to me very politely. He was like, how you doing? You caught mark, blah blah blah. And just to let me know they've got a net coming through on that mark, and I know it gets netted, it gets trawled quite a bit, so I was kind of half expecting to get booted off at some point, but I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving off anyway in a second, I'll get out of your way. I'm probably not something you want to catch in your nets. I wouldn't get much at the market, that's for sure. And obviously, yeah, they're commercial guys, they're making a living, I'm just sat there having a bit of fun. So I was like, yeah, I'll clear out your way, and they'll move through and get what they catch. But yeah, so in terms of my next steps, my next plan, I don't know actually, I don't know what to do. I've still got a fair amount of squid and bluey bait that I kind of want to use up, maybe at anchor, but my mum has actually been fishing way inshore, kind of where I was intending to go eventually, the Southbourne Mark kind of area and that bit of the bay, so I might see how she's getting on and head that direction. But we'll slowly work our way back inshore and of course see if we can't pick up some more fish. Just had, I had a few whiting and that, only the eel, yeah. Then I was thinking about moving off, and then one of the netters came in over. He was like, "Oh, we've had a net here. Do you mind?" Like, he was really polite about it. He was like, "Oh, you caught anything? How you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'll shift off." I was going to move anyway, but they're netting it now. Yeah. Have you had anything? Have you had anything? Whereabouts you fished? Or worm baits? Nothing. Right, well, had a quick chat with my mum, who's been drifting kind of some of the Southbourne shallow beach marks that I was considering to go fish this afternoon, and she's had absolutely nothing. There's a couple charter boats working the grounds as well, and apparently not a lot coming out at all. So I was a bit like, well, I don't want to go waste my time over there. So I've ended up actually on the ledge. I'm now anchored up on Crowchurch Ledge in about, what are we in? About 18 meters of water, so a lot more of a shallow mark than what we, well, a bit more of a shallow mark than what we were before. We were in about between 25 meters, I think, is what we were sat on top of. 20.3 now we're at. So a little bit shallower, still some nice tide running through, and we're at the bottom of a ledge. So again, for those that don't really know the area or Christchurch Ledge, very well-known, famous mark around here that a lot of people fish, and it can throw up some decent fish every now and then. But there's a big ledge, or big platform, let's probably best describe it as, which is behind me there, which, oh, I've got a bite already. Look at that. That's literally been in minutes. All right, well, this has turned out well, hasn't it? All right, let me have a look at that. Sorry guys, I can't get you back in the mount. Decent fish, I think it might be another eel. Line. Right, I just want to make sure I get it on board before I then Not lose the fish, and I can show you. Oh, I lost him. No. Oh. I literally I felt him come off just at the very top. I think it was an eel. He's mashed up the bait. It went light literally at the very top. All right, well that was a good sign. I'm gonna drop that straight back down, see if he comes back for it actually. I think what had happened, he'd clamped onto the side of the bait. Let me turn it off, got it. Clamped onto the side of the bait. As I was bringing him up, he wasn't hooked. He was just, you know, had bit on and wasn't letting go. Right, we'll try and find him again, eh? I'm not gonna call this one, guys. Not after last time. Facing the wrong way, sorry. There you go, there is a fish, I promise. Could be a ray. Oh, head shape, could be another eel then. What have we got? I think we've got an eel, yes we do. Another nice one. Look at that. Pretty much not far off the same size as the last one, I'd say. Awesome stuff. So one thing I'm not a massive fan about on SIB fishing is when you get a fish on board with a bit of an attitude problem, it can be a little bit difficult to manage. Right, let's put you at the front of the boat. I'll deal with you in a minute. You gotta love it, eh? Now I think on any boat you have to be organised. You've got to keep it, you know, structured to an extent, clean, keep your stuff, you know, where it should be. But even more so on a SIB, I think, where there's such little space to work. You know, having all your setups and bits and bobs in their own places where they should be is, yeah, absolutely critical. But yeah, he's a little bit smaller, I reckon, than the other one. Just trying to get out of that tub. I reckon he'll go about £5, £6 maybe. Right, what I'm going to do is weigh this tub with the fish in, and I'll weigh the tub afterwards, rather than trying to mess around. Okay, with the tub, £8.5. Of course, that's not the weight of the fish. There we go. There is our eel. I'll get the final weight on him in a second. But yeah. It's two nice eels that we've had today. They are a pain in the boat. Slippery, slimy. There we go. Off you go. There he goes. Awesome. Chuffed with that. It's two nice eels for today, so far. The tub comes in at £2.25. So what did we say? It's about £6 eel then, I think. Well, we're getting to the bottom of the tide and I've still got to get into the Mudeford run. One of the key reasons I bought this SIB was that I can get in and out of shallow water, which Mudeford run is very much one of those areas. At low tide, it can be, well, you can literally walk along the sandbar. So I'll have a fun job trying to get through there, but I'm pretty confident with my shallow draft and of course, you know, the little water that a SIB needs, I'll be alright. And if it's that low, I'll put the wheels down and walk it along. That is one of the main reasons, one of the really important reasons actually I bought one of these. I hope you enjoyed coming out on the water for the day with me on the SIB. It's fantastic to have brought it to some familiar grounds. You know, Christchurch is kind of my home port, so to speak. So I do most of my fishing out of on the boat. So it's been nice to come and, you know, visit the ledge and visit some of the marks that I typically fish. And good to get some decent fish on the boat as well. Some big chunky conger. I think we had what, £7 conger and a £6 eel. So decent. Those are boat records. That is a new boat record yet again. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around, of course. We've got loads more adventures coming up on the SIB, where we're taking it to the Shambles, to Cornwall, to all over the country, as I've mentioned many times before. I hope to see you on those. If not, I'll see you on the shore videos, depending on what you're after, depending on what you like to watch. If you like watching both, great, I'll see you there. Oh guys, maybe not. I don't think the story's over quite yet. I was reeling this in. I didn't even see a bite. There's a fish on it, and there's some weight to it as well. Bending that rod. Oh, come on, man. What the hell is this? Oh my gosh. What the? Oh yes. Come on. Oh, I've just re-spooled this reel as well, and I'm glad I did now. Got a fresh 80-pound braid on. Come on, this has got to be a ray. It won't come off the bottom. Alright, there we go. I have no idea what this is though. What the hell? What have we got? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Yes! Let's go! Oh my god. That is a beautiful blonde ray. Oh, get in! I wanted a... Oh, what a session, guys. I am over the moon. I have wanted a blonde ray for ages, and that is a beautiful one. Yes! Oh, come on! Right, let me get this fish sorted. Fish care is priority right now, guys. Let's get the hook out, get our photos, give you a show, and get them back as quick as I can. Right, hooked out. Okay, that's double figure, 100% double figure fish. Right, the scales are 15 pounds, 15 and a half pound. Let's call it 15, minus the weight of the box, which is what, 2.5. It's a 30 and a half pound ray, bond ray, of course. Right, I gotta make sure they're doing. What a way to christen the SIB. Absolutely stunning fish. Okay, yeah, I can call it a day now. I'm over the moon. Let's get it back. Right. There we go. Here she goes. Oh, what a day. What an absolute day. I'm so happy I bought this thing. Just, yeah, right, I need to go have a sit down. I will see you guys in the next one.